If the results of your analysis are too good to be true, then probably you are facing overfitting, or indeed, you did find something interesting. More often than not, however, it's just overfitting what you're looking at. So what is overfitting? Well, overfitting happens when your solution fits the noise. This might sound as a good thing at the beginning, but the main problem is that your model fails to generalize to all the data. Particularly, it fails to generalize to future data or data that has not seen yet. This figure shows you an example of overfitting. The blue line perfectly matches the data, but surely, if a new data point comes, it will fail to match it. The straight line has much better predictive power for unknown data because it shows at least the trend for which the data set is changing. To avoid overfitting, split your data in training, test, and validation sets. This will allow you to make sure that your data can generalize beyond the training data. It will also help you to have a quantitative view of how precise your model is. Similarly, as you did in the confirmation trap, avoid cherry picking by defining beforehand the data and the analytical models that you are going to use to conduct your analysis. Stick to this choice to make sure that you are not selecting results according to some cognitive bias. Choose simple models. By doing this, you will avoid spurious correlations that, as you have seen, can lead to the wrong causal relationships. If we have numerous amounts of variables and big data sets, we will undoubtedly find correlations that may not be meaningful. Search for alternative narratives for the results you are seeing. If you can come up with other ways to explain the results, then perhaps you don't have an effective answer to your problem. Be aware of the very common tendency of human beings to see patterns everywhere. We see patterns in the clouds, in the lottery numbers, and basically everywhere we look at. As decision maker, you are not free of this bias. So be mindful and double check your assumptions and results. You will also benefit from reviewing what we have discussed in the overconfidence bias conversation. To recap what we have seen so far in the data-driven decisions, we saw that there are three main biases that we have to be aware of. These biases are, number one, the confirmation bias or trap, if you want to call it that way. Number two, overconfidence. And number three, overfitting. It is important to be aware of the existence of these biases every time you are making a significant decision. Because only by having awareness, being self-critical, and keeping ourselves accountable, we will be able to deal with these traps.